So I scripted this whole video with the idea that I was going to be waking up super early to do all of this stuff, but when you're up until 2 a.m. scripting videos, sometimes your body says that you need to sleep. So I had something pretty funny about what my wife was doing this morning, and blah blah blah, but we're just going to be preparing for a full day of me going out and doing retail arbitrage. Now you might think that it's as simple as me just getting up, getting in the car, and going, and that can be the case, but every time that I've done that, it hasn't been good, because I've either spent a lot of my eating out budget, or I just haven't had everything that I needed. So I have a big old checklist today that we're going to run through. But just as a quick disclaimer here, because you guys are my accountability right now, this is the absolute best that I will have ever prepared for a day going out doing retail arbitrage and resale. But I'm hoping that this can be the start of me doing a little bit better at preparing every day. So just realize that this definitely isn't perfect, but let's dive right in. So I was able to categorize everything into 7 groups of things to do. So that's what we're going to work on now, starting with the first one, which is getting all of my sustenance ready for the day. First is going to mean coffee, and I'm sure that the coffee is not only going to be for me. Do you want coffee? So I'm gonna have to make a little bit extra. It's already 11:45 now because of my sleepy-iness. So I'm hoping to get to my first store before 1 o'clock. I think that all of this will probably take me around a half an hour to complete. I also have to get stuff for lunch and dinner. When I go out reselling, I normally don't get home until the last stores have closed, and the last stores normally close around 11 o'clock. So that means I normally get home around 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock sometimes, depending on how far I am. So we need lunch, dinner, coffee, and then water. And normally I forget enough water, which is bad. A lot of places don't have drinking water because of COVID right now. And I don't want to spend money on freaking water. It's water, dude. When I normally do get water, I'll normally only get 1 bottle, even though I should get 2. So I'm gonna grab a second today. And I also have candy on here besides lunch and dinner. All these stores that we go to, like Ross's, Marshall's, Burlington's, all the Walmarts, at the checkouts, they always have tons of candy. So if I don't have candy in my car, normally I will be weak. I'm gonna grab a little bit of candy so I can satiate that a little bit. But it also helps when you have enough food anyways too, because then you're just full. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of candy in there. Are you hiding things from me?
It's my running drawer so that you don't eat all the gummies.
That's very smart of you to do.
It's not hiding, it's just a different spot.
Mm-hmm.
You just set it here.
I'll also make some quick foods. I just like sandwiches and snacks. That way we have enough to eat for the rest of the day. Section 1 down. Now, on section number 2. Empty the car and to get it ready to go, which also includes shipping a couple of things that I sold on eBay. All right, so the first step here is to get all the stuff out of the trunk of the car, because that's where I like to put all my stuff. That way people don't know that I literally have $1,500 worth of things in my car. Normally, I would have to put this inside, but we just bought this van right here. We are right now cleaning it out. Right back in here. This is the process, y'all. That stuff is there. Trunk is empty. So now we should be able to fill that up with some good stuff to sell. Empty the car. Then we need to get stuff that I need to return, which is all sitting right here. But in my last video, I didn't have that receipt, so I need to find that receipt. Otherwise, I think you can return to Walmart without a receipt. It's just a little bit more of a hassle, and especially with all that crap, I don't necessarily want to do that. I feel really smart when I move something into a place where I can actually reach it. Receipts. Ooh. Did I put it in my wallet? I'm not totally crazy. Oh, not there. That's not good. I'm gonna check one more thing and then I'm just gonna call it because I don't feel like trying to find this receipt. No. Alright, looks like we are returning those without a receipt. Returns here, plastic bags here, because you gotta recycle your plastic bags if you don't use reusables.
Yep, that's true.
And then I need to ship eBay items and see if I need any supplies while I'm out. Because since you're going to a bunch of stores, might as well get some tape or stuff if you need it. Got the first thing. Here's number 2, but I tell you what, I do not have a good organization system because I cannot find the third one for the life of me. While we're at it, might as well check on the supplies. Got enough glue gone. Let me check on my tape. Don't have a ton of tape, but I'm gonna order that off of Amazon actually. So I don't need to worry about buying that now. Okay, I got a lot of small boxes. Let me check my medium boxes. I just use Home Depot boxes, they're just easier. Mediums, 1, 2, 3. 4 medium boxes. As long as I don't get a lot of big stuff, I should have no problem shipping that all out. I don't need to buy some the next time. I really just gotta find this item though. I got all of these. And then I also have stuff in my closet in my bedroom. It was in the first place that I checked, of course. It was just at the bottom, and I was too lazy to go to the bottom, I guess. This is also the thing that I made that short about, where I called eBay a fraud buyer, so check that out if you're interested. All right, package these real quick. This in the car, that in the car, the food in the car, and then we got a couple more things that we have to sell. We got our eBay items there. Don't need any supplies while we're out. And then we just got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff to do, and then a couple things to actually do on the computer. First, I have like a bunch of things that I need to just get so that I keep them in the car, so that I just have them available to me since we're gonna be out for so long. The first one would be my scanner, And I actually used to have a scanner. You don't need a scanner to go reselling. I had one at the beginning, but I actually lost it. I have no idea where it is. Hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to find it, but as of right now, I don't have a scanner. Then I do like bringing a change of clothes, especially if I like go out wearing, like I'm right now in shorts and a t-shirt. I want to bring something that I can change into if it gets a little colder. Jacket and a long sleeve shirt, and I'm gonna bring a change of socks as well, because when you're walking 20,000 steps a day sometimes, your feet can get a little bit sweaty. And then because I'm growing out my hair right now, I still don't know if I like that I'm growing out my hair right now or not. I want to bring a hat, a hair tie, and a headband. I never know what to do with it. And sometimes it gets really annoying, like it's in my face right now. Hair tie, hat. Boom. Got masks in the car. I have hand sanitizer in the car. Headphones here. I have stuff for recording video since I'm probably going to be shooting this. I have these headphones as well. And I'm also changing my phone case to this case because it has the pop socket. And that way I can just hold it out like this and I don't have to fatigue my hand by constantly gripping for 8 to 12 hours a day. Charging cords I keep in the car. I'm also going to be bringing my charging cord like tech pack because I'm bringing my camera, and then a bag to carry my camera. I'm going to be bringing this small bag, that way I can carry the camera into the stores with me without always holding the camera. Now we only got a couple more things. Wallet and keys, which I have here. Stupid looking hair, which I have here. Gotta make sure podcasts are downloaded because I really like to listen to just a bunch of podcasts while I go out, and sometimes I don't have the best service. I'll download some more before I leave. Then I had to check to make sure one of my apps was working because it wasn't working last time, and I found out that's just because I had some restrictions on my phone. So if I turned them off, I was able to use that. So I'll do that for now. Then I had to format my SD card. And now we got a couple things that we need to do on the computer. So whenever I go out, I make sure that I have a plan of attack pretty much for the day. Or at least I like to. When I haven't had that, it hasn't been as good as when I have. And I live in Orlando, Florida. And I basically break it up into two zones, north and south, because I'm kind of in the middle of those two. Today I'm going to the south loop of Orlando. And hopefully I'll be able to spend all $1,500 that I need to today. It's already 12:54, so I'm not getting my first store by 1 o'clock. I'm not looking too optimistic that I'll be able to get the full $1,500, but at least half of that. That way I can go out tomorrow and finish it, because I do give myself 2 days to buy stuff and 1 day to ship stuff out every 2 weeks. But a couple of months ago, I actually made something on the iPad, which is my wife's iPad, because she so graciously lets me use it. All right, so I made this map before, as you can see. All of the stores that I would go to in the South Loop that I'm doing today. I don't really use it anymore, because since I've been doing this for about 6 months now, it's just in my head where everything is. I can kind of walk through my route in my own head. But let's walk through this today just so that you can see what's going on. That's gonna be fun to edit. It didn't screen record it. Alright, so we'll just run through it real fast. It's probably good that I got that practice. But this is pretty much the plan that we're going to be going through. Please tell me that this freaking screen recorded. What the heck? What is going on? Maybe because I'm working in the Photos app? That doesn't make any sense to me though. Okay, pretty close to the airport, so this is just where we're going to start. But there's actually a Walmart and a TJ Maxx right off screen. So we're going to go to those first. Hopefully by 2 o'clock. It keeps getting later and later as I'm wasting 10 minutes doing this 3 times in a row. But then we're going to come down this highway here, hit up this Ross, then go to the Walmart, and then right here there's actually an Academy, a Ross, and a Marshalls in the same strip. So we'll go to the Ross first, then the Academy, then the Marshalls, and then we'll keep going down that road, and there'll be another Ross and a TJ Maxx. Then we'll actually turn back around on that same road, but because there's a partition in the middle, it's kind of hard to get from one side to the other, and I want to be like the UPS drivers and keep myself on the right side of the road. So we'll turn around, hit up this Burlington, which is on the right side of the road, then make a right-hand turn, go down to this Ross down here, and then keep going over this way into the cell phone zone of death, where I get almost no service. Put up this Ross, Burlington, and Ollie's, if we're able to get enough service to actually scan stuff. And I haven't been in this Ollie's successfully in like a couple of months because I haven't been able to scan anything. Hit up this Walmart over here next, then keep moving up this road to the Marshalls, then to another Walmart, and then to a TJ Maxx and a Ross. And this is probably all that we're going to be able to get through today, since we're probably going to be at our first store a little bit after 2 o'clock. Because of that, I'm hoping that we'll be able to spend at least $750 here, but we'll probably have to start tomorrow going up this way and hitting up this Walmart, Marshalls, Ross, and Academy, which I go to pretty much every 2 weeks because they're in both of the loops. I probably won't go to this Walmart, but then I'll head down this way. There's a Marshalls, Ross, a Burlington, and another Ross here before there's another Walmart on that way. And then we got a couple of options to go through. If we have a lot of money left to spend and we've been able to find good stuff at Marshalls, Burlington, and Ross, probably head down this way to this Marshalls, Burlington, and Ross. But it's about a 30-minute out of the way drive. So we probably won't end up doing that if we don't need to spend a lot of money or we haven't found a lot of good stuff at those stores. So if that's not the case, we'll come up this way, hit up this Walmart, and then up here, there's a Marshalls, 2 Rosses, and an Academy. We'll go to all of those and then come back down to a TJ Maxx, Ross, and Walmart. That should be enough to get all the stuff we need for these 2 weeks, which is a total of $1,500 worth of stuff. If not, there are a couple more stores up this way and one more up this way that we might be able to go to, but I don't think that we'll actually need to do that. But if we do finish down here before all the stores close, then we'll head up this way and pretty much do the opposite. Go to these 3 stores first, come up this way to this Walmart and Ross, then come to this Ross and TJ Maxx if there's still a lot of time left in the day. Otherwise, just go straight to this Academy, 2 Rosses, and a Marshalls. Hopefully we can spend $1,500 today, but I don't feel super optimistic about it. Please, Jesus, tell me this screen recording is still going. Yes, it is. Praise the freaking Lord, that was a little frustrating. Now we're just gonna put all that into my notes app. That way I can record how much I spend at each store. I can know whether or not I'm close to that $1,500 number. I can also just look at my credit card. This way I'm actually able to track everything in real time. And it's a little bit easier when I'm going back through making the video. So now that we mapped out the stores, there's actually one last thing that I need to do on the computer. Check a couple of the items on Amazon to see how much they've sold in the past 30 days and how much left I have in inventory. Normally I'll do this in the store, but I'm gonna try my best to do as much of that as I can here at home in the next 15 minutes. It's mostly just with 3 items that I sell a lot of, that I buy a lot of, so I don't know exactly where I am in terms of inventory and sell-through. So I want to make sure that I know which ones to buy. Some of them are split shots and like weights for fishing. I don't make a lot of profit on them, but I make enough that it's worth it for me to just keep buying them because they sell so fast. So I want to see how much I have left of them and write down which ones I need so that when I get to the store where I can normally pick them up for the right price, I can just buy them and not have to continually check. There is a way that you can set up Amazon to automatically kind of notify you on this, but I turn that off on most of my listings because it affects one of the internal scores that Amazon uses, and since I'm a reseller rather than a distributor of things, I don't always have access to all the inventory, but I might change that back for these so that I can know how much they recommend me send to them, because that makes it really easy for you. Set replenishment alerts. So it looks like I can set whenever the weeks of cover, how much they think I'm going to be able to sell in whatever many weeks. So I'm going to put that for 3 weeks, so that when it gets down to only 3 weeks left worth of inventory, I'll be able to buy more, because I go out every 2 weeks, and because it takes my shipments at least a week normally to get in and actually be sellable. That way I won't miss out on having inventories. Oh wow, this is great. There's one thing that I've been selling, and I have 1 item left, and it's telling me that they recommend that I send in 108 of them. Oh, this is another good one. That's actually one I was gonna look up. Perfect. So they're already telling me that I should send in 19 more of these. My price dropped a lot from what I wanted it to be. It's not 100% profit, but if they're continually selling, yeah, so this one I would be getting back about $13.80, and I'd be buying it for $11. So it's probably not worth it for me to ship in a bunch of them. There's a lot of stuff that like I get on really great clearance. I'm like, yeah, man, you want me to send in more of these? I want to send in more of them too. I just can't. Oh, there we go. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Sales in the last 30 days, my inventory, and their recommended quantity. Right now they're telling me that I've sold 11 in the last 30 days. I have 1 total inventory, and they recommend that I send in 22. I thought I sent in a bunch of them. Great. So send in 22 of those if I can find them. And this really isn't the video to get into exactly what all of this is, but if you're interested in that, I'll definitely potentially make a video for that. It's one of the ways that'll help you make some more money, and this isn't necessarily a reselling channel, but that is one of the ways that I'm being a lot smarter with my money, and since that's what this channel is all about, I'll definitely be talking about that if you're interested. I'm just finishing up all of this. I have 6 things that I'm gonna buy. I check about 20 of them every time that I go to these stores to see whether or not I should buy them or not. And now that I know that I only need to get these 6 and I know how many I can get, it's actually going to save me a ton of time scanning. I bet I'll have to do a lot of the same stuff tomorrow because I doubt I'll be able to get to all the stores today, but that's pretty much how you prepare for a full day of reselling. If you want to watch that day of reselling, watch this video right here, but if it's not up yet, you can watch this one, which I did a couple of weeks ago, and pretend like it's that one. Stay smart.